Oh my goodness, what a season we've had. 2018, we've seen so much improvement, and right here, right now, this evening, we have the opportunity to join stakeholders, sponsors, managers, players, fans in appreciating those who've just carried and impressed us throughout 2018. It is time for the SportPesa Premier League Awards, where they're most impressive. I'm not saying that necessarily the rest were bad. No, far from it. They were just so much more impressive and mesmerizing that we decided that they need to be honored, and they will be honored tonight. And what a season we've had. A season that's seen the winning team score more goals than they did last season and add a point more. We've seen entertainment. How about that? Bandari, out of the top 8 last year, number 2 this season. We've seen teams fall by the wayside. Thika United, goodbye Nakumat. Wazito tried, but it was a bit too much. And what a survival race we had. This is what we've just been working hard for. This moment right here. Welcome to the 2018 SportPesa Premier League Awards. The fans are here, the players are here, team managers are here, the coaches, well, those who still have a job are also here, and we'll be appreciating every single one of them, including the chairman. Now, you're watching this one live, and you can speak to us via Twitter. All right, so first things first, before we get into those awards, we get a chance to hear from some key speakers, mainly those who are key stakeholders in this beautiful game of ours. We will be hearing from a representative of La Liga, you know, that partnership between KPL and La Liga. We will also be hearing from the chairman of the KPL, and we will be hearing from the boss of football in this country. So we start off with the representative of La Liga. He will come up. Dode is coming up. We hear the speech very quickly. Karibu, round of applause, representative of La Liga East Africa, as he gives us a short speech.
Good evening, everyone. So our partnership with the Kenyan Premier League started last year when Javier Tebas, our president, came over to Kenya to sign a memorandum of understanding. And since May of last year, we have achieved a lot. It all started off with a tour to Spain, where we sent an all-star team to play against some second division teams in Spain, which gave great exposure to the Kenyan players. We also organized workshops where key representatives from FKF and the SPL followed workshops on club management. We've also undergone CSR projects, giving kits away to kids participating in off-season tournaments. And well, our latest project is now this TV production project, where the SPL has signed a deal with MediaPro, a Spanish production company, in order to improve the audiovisual products, and the results so far have been outstanding. So we're very happy to contribute to the development of football over here. We're also learning a lot, you know, from all the KPL directors who have been teaching us a lot on how football is run in the country, how it's consumed by the fans. So we're very happy to be here. We'll be here for the long term. And well, I would just like to thank everyone we've been working with so far on this wonderful project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is a project that has slowly built our game, and it is a project that we'll keep a keen eye on. So next up is a man who's working hand in hand in this project, the chairman of the Kenya Premier League, Amos Rachir.
My speech is going, I was told to talk for only 3 minutes, and I'll try as much as possible to confine myself to that time. First is to welcome you all to the SportPesa Kenyan Premier League 2018 Awards, and to thank you all for coming. 2, I want to thank very profusely our sponsors, the SportPesa in particular, and as well as those who have taken part in putting together this event. 3, I want to congratulate all the award winners in the various categories. At the same time, encourage those who did not win to find where they did not perform very well so that they can improve their effort. But we remember that we cannot all be winners. Number 4, this has been a challenging season, having 18 teams and having to squeeze the league in a very short time to be able to comply with the CAF directive that all the African leagues season should be start in the month of August and end in May, and that's what we've been trying to do. So the next season will even be worse because we're going to start in November and we must end sometime in May next year. So it'll be grueling, and that is a great challenge to us. It has not been easy adapting to these changes, and we'll have to make sacrifices next year. Then moving forward, I want to take the opportunity to, on behalf of the Kenyan Premier League, to thank SportPesa for coming back to our aid. You remember the beginning of this year was quite gloomy, and we struggled without any sponsorship. So we want to again appreciate SportPesa for seeing it fit to come back. We know that your withdrawal was occasioned by some onerous tax that was imposed on you, but thank you for being brave and coming back. My next point is what the representative of La Liga has said, so I will not belabor the point, but say that through the partnership of La Liga this season, we have been able to associate also with Media Pro, an internationally renowned media production company, and managed to produce 73 matches, including the Super Cup, at a very high quality. The matches broadcast on local TV channels included K24, KBC, NTV, KTN, Y254 TV. And for the first time ever, on certain online platforms, such as ViewSasa and Facebook through the KPL official page. These broadcasts were supplemented with the sharing of highlight videos from the televised matches on our YouTube, which grew with over 1,500 subscribers during the season. In June this year, again thanks to the partnership with La Liga, we had experts from Spain to host digital and marketing workshops, and the lessons learned from these workshops have gone a long way in helping our clubs claim their stake in the ever-growing digital community space. Something that we will also look forward, and there is no bias about this, as pride of 2018 is in the SportPesa Premier League season, is the performance of Gor Mahia Football Club in the continental competitions. Gor Mahia retained the SportPesa Super Cup by beating Tanzanian giants Simba SC, and as a result will be playing in very few days against Everton at the Goodison Park on November 6th. And in addition, Gor also progressed to the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup and was within a whisker of making it to the knockout stages. And next time, they assure me that they will do much better than that. So this is a performance we look forward to improving on the next season. And it is also my hope that Kariobangi Sharks, as winners of the 2018 SportPesa Shield, will follow Gor Mahia's example and fly the Kenyan flag high in the 2018-2019 CAF Confederations Cup. The challenges we face this season would have been more difficult to overcome if we did not have the support of the FKF through the able leadership of its president, Mr. Nick Mwendwa. It is with this amicable spirit, dare say amiable spirit, that I wish the FKF president, the FKF, and the Kenyan Premier League, that they will continue to engage and relate with each one another during the coming season as we work together towards the betterment of Kenyan football. And lastly, Kenya is on the brink of qualifying for the 2019 African Cup of Nations, and with quite a number of SportPesa Premier League players being called up for the national team assignments, qualifying for the tournament will create the perfect stage for our players to be exposed to international and continental audiences. For the Harambee Starlets, we wish them well, all the best in the AWCON, the AWCON. So the 2018-19 SportPesa Premier League season is not far away, and I take this opportunity to wish every club which will be competing in it the very best. And thank you all, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you to the chairman of the KPL. Ambrose Richard has mentioned a few things that are absolutely true. What a term the FKF president has had. We've seen the Starlets shine. They're about to shine further with the outcome in Ghana. We see the the national team, Harambee Stars. I know everyone is saying that they're about to qualify. In my books, they qualified from January. That team will be at the Africa Cup of Nations, and I have no doubt about that. They just need to make it formal. They need to formalize that. But we'll get to Nick Mwendwa, who's had a great term in office, who's seen football grow, but he couldn't have done it by himself. You've heard the chairman of the KPL, the chairman of Gor Mahia, apart from mentioning his team and their campaign on the continental stage, talk about that sponsorship. Times have been lean sometimes, but, well, SportPesa, the title sponsors, have tightened their belts and decided, you know what, football must take priority, and it has. So now we get to hear from the CEO of SportPesa, Ronald Karori, with a short speech.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Chairman of KPL, Mr. Nick Mwendwa, President of the Federation, good evening. For me, I'd just like to say it's been a very tough year. I think it's been tough for everyone. For us as sponsors, we started on a very bad note. The taxes that were imposed on us made it impossible for us to continue with our sponsorships. But at some point, we had to come back because, you know, we like finishing what we started. We've always sung about 2022. I remember Nick came in office just as SportPesa started our sponsorships, and we've been singing the same song. So it's good that the tax has been reduced, even though it has been shifted in such a manner that even though many people don't understand, it's really not an advantage for us. But what I want to say, we'll continue lobbying. We're a misunderstood industry, so we must keep engaging with government, all stakeholders, to ensure that at the end of the day, everybody wins. We have been, in fact, the toughness of this year also has been in terms of facilities. I remember most of the Premier League games were being played in stadiums that they have not been played at before. Nyayo Stadium was being worked on, Kasarani was being worked on, but because of the Super Cup, we came on board, we made sure the pitch was good. And then again, it looks like Kenyans always thrive when the situations are bad. Harambee Stars are doing well this year. For sure, we're going to qualify, I have no doubt. And I still believe in 2022. I hope the president still believes. And as SportPesa, as sponsors, we will always do our best. We will always be part of sport, especially football, because I still believe that football is one of the sports where we can really, really excel. We just need to have the facilities, enough sponsors coming on board. It's been tough even getting a broadcast sponsor. I hope for the next season we'll get a broadcast sponsor on board so that at least the game is elevated to the standards that it deserves. In terms of facilities, again, we've been promised a lot of stadiums. Hopefully, in the coming years, we'll have all the facilities again coming in line so that the game can get to the level that it deserves. I also want to, once again, the Harambee Stars, you know, it's fantastic what has happened. I think when we started talking about Harambee Stars and their qualifications, there are very few people who believed in the potential of what they can do. I went and watched the Ghana match myself. It was one of the toughest matches I've ever seen the Stars play, but they qualified. The Starlets are also doing us proud. And I hope this is something that will keep recurring every single year so that people don't say it's a fluke. Lastly, today, I'm always happy to be here for the nominations and the awards. All the players who have been nominated, you're already winners. And to the winners who will excel today, take it as a stepping stone to bigger things. We will all be very proud if we have more players in the Premier League, more players in La Liga, and our flag flying high all over the world. So with those few remarks, thank you very much, and have a fantastic evening.
CEO Karauri there. No, actually, thank you very much for the money that's coming through to ensure that the league goes on. And speaking of that league, we've seen players from the league pretty much dominate on the national team, because you can think about it. Think about the exploits of Kahata for Harambee Stars. Dennis Odhiambo, unbelievable performance in the last game. They were brilliant against Ethiopia, weren't they, as Kenya pretty much cruised to victory. Will they qualify? Of course they will. The question is, will they be there for 2022? Karauri has posed the question. They still believe, but does the president of the federation believe? Why don't we find out? Up next, Nick Mwendwa.
Thank you, Chico. We do this again, me and you, as usual. I've done this for many years. Thank you for having me. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, colleagues, friends. I will try to squeeze in your 3 minutes. I will try to make sure that it's as fast as possible. So fast is to say that we came in office in 2016 February. It's about 2 years, 8 months. And football is big. It's a government in itself. It's so big, it's unbelievable. When you don't have the Premier League on, you have the women on, you have youth on, you have referees, you have an event, or you have SportPesa, something. There's always something. And every day when you wake up, there's something that drives your adrenaline. Something. We have come through a tough period, so tough, for a couple of years. When we went to Sierra Leone and lost 2-1, I think I was trending for 2 days. Get this guy out. And we went to Thailand and Iraq and lost. And we were told that we don't want to play with big nations. We went to Comoros and CAR, lost, drew, and we were told we don't want to play the big nations. But you know, you have to stay focused and stay on your goal. Just stay on it, put your head there if you believe in it. If you believe in it, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I am sure that we have probably the best team in many years. And believe me, I've followed Harambee Stars for many years as a young man. I think we have the best team for many years. And I can tell you that the coach is paid, so that's a good thing. When your coach is not paid, you know what happens. The coach is paid, the allowances are paid. Through all those complaints and all those things that we have come from. And we cannot have a good league or a good Harambee Stars without a good Premier League. Sometimes we've argued with the Premier League. The famous one is about the derby that we said, don't play, don't play, do this. We got it finally played and played properly, although some people threw some stones. But we went through that. Incredibly is that now we know what to do and when. And we have not been arguing lately, guys. And that's a good thing, because when you don't argue, the Starlets are doing well, Harambee Stars are doing well, the 18 clubs of the Premier League are doing well. Gor Mahia has shattered records. Because I can tell you from, I think June, we've not argued. I think I've seen the latest email I've seen from KPL was inviting me to this gala. Because I don't need to send emails anymore. I can assure you that for the next 2 years, it's going to be like that and even better. So thank you, Chairman, again, and the guys at KPL for continuing to work. Football has changed. In other parts of the world, Facebook is sponsoring and taking events. Social media is changing what we thought and knew traditionally to be what our sponsorship, we don't even know what it's going to be. This is the time we're discovering what is it going to be, sponsoring and having a media partner for this. Maybe we won't have TV anymore. Maybe we won't do this anymore. Maybe we won't do it the way we used to do it. And I'm looking forward in the next 2 years to see what that becomes. Certainly there will be ways in which we will raise money for our clubs, for our players, for our teams to do this. So I want to move very quickly to something else that's very important I want to say tonight. The Sports Fund was created, and it's almost ready. The Sports Fund gives the Ministry of Sports 35% of what Ronald and Co. give in the 15% that they're paying. And we have asked for it to be finalized so that the money can come. And I want to say tonight, one of the things we've asked for is that every year we'll have an allocation for the Premier League and the NSL from the Sports Fund. Because the money we were getting from SportPesa and the others that they're paying taxes for is going to a fund. And from that fund, football is 65-70%, I'm told, of what we spend in Kenya in sports and what we watch. So we have put in a budget and said every year we will be asking for no less than 1.2 billion shillings for the game. And part of that will be money going directly into Kenya Premier League, the NSL, and Division 1 to ensure that we won't have a situation again where a club has to endure 3-4 months without paying their players. Right now, what we are getting is little, courtesy of SportPesa, but we want to make sure that what is rightful is done. So the players we are going to award tonight, in the coming years, will not have to suffer again like they've done. And I'm going to make it my business in the next couple of years to make sure we do that. Because when we do that, you see Harambee Stars, when you pay them their dues, Olunga will tell me, President, tayarisha pesa. Kwa laini, tukisalimiana. Tayarisha pesa, President. Mimi naweka bao hapa saa hii. That confidence only comes when we do our part. And that's why I've asked government and parliament and everybody, let's do our part. Right now, our star is rising. Let's use it. The girls, the qualified. Let's use that star to correct for good. So when we are gone, nobody will complain again. And so I want to urge again and say, please, let's push this faster. Let's move faster, because in November, God are going to play again. They will need money. SportPesa is not enough. Sharks, not even a shirt sponsor, they're going to play. They need money. 4-6 million, chairman tells me, whenever he travels to Algeria, he needs 6 million. We need to make sure that this is no longer a question, and I'm at the forefront of it. We'll make sure it is done. Thank you so much to those who did the job. I know there are questions around the awards. And as FKF, we have said this. I want to be very clear about it. There will be one award every year. We will try, and I've asked the captain, let's try to involve all stakeholders, so there are no complaints. So when we come up with a list, we don't have people that are going saying it's not done well, it's done well. Let's have all stakeholders. Let's involve them more. We cannot correct tonight everything. But in the coming years, let's have one event. So that there are no complaints and there are fewer. But we cannot have 2 events and we can't do that. It doesn't go well. Even FIFA now only has FIFA Best. And that's the way that we're going to go. So the season has gone well. The women have done well. Next season, I think, as we go to the political season now, because we're going to the AGM on Saturday, and right from this AGM, the next AGM becomes a political AGM. And for football, we have not seen any fights for 3 years. When there are no fights, the boys will play in AFCON. And I am sure, as Chico and Captain have said, if Sierra Leone don't come, we are in. If they come, we will double what was at Kasarani. So I don't think there is questions about whether we are going or not. Remember also, Starlets, if they are third in Ghana, they are going to the World Cup in Paris. They are going to the World Cup in Paris. So that positivity, let's build it. Let's work on it. Let's work together. Where we have failed, correct us. Where we haven't done well, let's join forces and say, let's correct in the coming year. So that in 6 months, and we'll be here again, Captain, in June, Please remember, sometimes you might forget because it's been a year. It's November to June, and after that, it's August to May every year. We have asked for this. I remember Jack wrote an email in 2013. When are we going to change the season? Now we are changing it. So November to June, we close it. August, we start, and now we go in a uniform way in every country in Africa. So we join forces. This year also, we have done other small things, refereeing. You have not seen complaints coming through. Why? They are better trained. And many other things that we have done. The star is rising and shining now. Let's use it to bring more partners on board. Let's use it to make sure that the future of the Kenyan game is secured, and we can do better than we've done. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much to the president of the federation. Just to pick up on a few things he said, yes, we should be seeing way more money in this league. The problem is it's almost solely upon SportPesa. That is absolutely unfair. They've done a great job. We, as a corporate, that's what I'm talking to, should come together and support them and, in essence, support football in this country. Another thing is the KPL and FKF, that relationship. We've seen turmoil in the past. How about that? Unity now, and we're starting to see football grow. Speaking of growth, the KPL, the FKF boss has said, one, when you have money, you have a good league, you have a good league, you have a good national team. You can't have a good league without some fantastic referees, players, coaches, team managers, and those are the people we are about to focus on awarding next. We'll do that after the break. Be sure to join us, but before then, we'll leave you with some fantastic goals that have been scored over the course of the season. fantastic crowd. We are doing this for TV, so ukiona naangalia huko naangalia camera juu, it's TV, so we're speaking mainly to the people at home, but you guys are the reason that we're here. Here's one thing I need you guys to help us out with. Nominees. We have nominees in each category of awards, but only one person is going to win. However, all the nominees and so many more who weren't nominated have done a fantastic job this season. Fantastic, absolutely no argument about that. So when the clip runs, you'll see the nominees, the video, and then itaishana graphics of the names of the people who've been nominated. I would appreciate that we applaud them, because kuna wale watakuwa wameka home wanna watch so that they can see every time we've given the nominees, we appreciate the nominees and we applaud them. Sawa sawa? So ikienda tukiona majina zote, tuwapigie tu makofi as we come back. All right, so Gor Mahia are ultimately the champions of the SportPesa Premier League 2018. But when it comes to the awards, who will be the winner on the night? We're about to find out. Okay, so down to awarding some of the greatest performances we've seen. I can assure you this, if you're at home or you're watching via social media, that's the beauty of the local league right now. We're no longer doing the conventional way. We are on TV in spite of the panic when the broadcasters pulled out. We are still showing you on Facebook. We are streaming these games, and now we are right here for you to watch at your pleasure, live on TV, K24, and of course, via our social media platforms. So, that moment has come, and it is a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the people who have stood out most in 2018. So let's get this show on the road. Starts off with the pressure that is always on the officials, the match officials, assistant referees, the center referees, the match comms. Ooh, the pressure they go through. Back in the days, the center referee was a man when it came to the big derbies who had to be very quick on his feet in case things didn't go right on the pitch. That has changed. Our league is more disciplined. We're seeing players and fans more cultured, and we're appreciating that. But the pressure is still on them, because every decision they make could determine the result of a game and ultimately the result of the league. Why don't we start off by appreciating the assistant referee? Not the best, the most improved assistant referee. That is the first award of the night, and we are calling on the KPL chairman, Ambrose Rachier, to come up. He will be awarding that, and as he does that, your nominees.
Most Improved Assist Referee Award nominees are Gilbert Cheruyot, Marianne Njoroge, Stephen Yembe, Tony Kidia, Oliver Odhiambo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are your nominees for the most improved assistant referee of 2018. We have an envelope there that the chairman is getting, and on that envelope are 3 names. The winner is in red, who will be read last. So, Mr. Chairman, give us the runners-up and the second runner-up.
The second runner-up for most improved assistant referee of the year is Odhiambo Oliver. The first runner-up is Njoroge Marianne. And the winner is Cheruyot Gilbert.
Gilbert Chariot, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner. The most improved assistant referee this season is Gilbert Chariot. Oh, what a great performance. The pressure that follows these men and women is absolutely unbelievable. And they will be standing just slightly closer to the cameramen as they acknowledge his performance. So Chariot walks away with that, and we move on to the next category, which is the center referee of 2018. Rachel, I'll ask you to stay right there because you'll also give out this category. It is the most improved center referee of 2018. Your nominees.
Most Improved Center Referee Award nominees are Andrew Juma, Yasin Badir, Davis Omweno, Israel Mpaima, Raymond Onyango.
So your nominees right there for the most improved most improved center referee of the year will be awarded yet again by the KPL chairman. They bear the brunt of our criticism, and also the most interesting thing about being a center referee is the fact that you've done your job when no one notices you. Well, we get to notice you right now. So, Rachel.
The second runner-up is Badir Yassin. And the first runner-up is Onyango Raymond. And the winner is Omweno Davis.
Davis Omweno, the experience in this young man right here, well, you can't debate about it. He does the big games, he does a big job, and he does it extremely well. Congratulations to Omweno. He will be receiving an award that is well-deserved, and as he celebrates that moment, we go into the next award, which is the Team Manager of the Year. What about this? This is a job that is not exactly appreciated as much as it should be. They organize everything. I don't think you understand when I say it. I mean absolutely everything. And now they get an opportunity to step into the limelight. Always in the background, ensuring the engine runs well, but tonight, now, they step up and they become the drivers. This one will be awarded by the SportPesa Global Operations Officer, Jacob, as he comes up. Very good young man he is, fantastic. Also falling in love with the local sports, which is something we absolutely love. Jacob Christensen, to give us our next award. Your nominees.
Team Manager of the Year Award nominees are Christopher Ouma, Ulinzi Stars, Lazarus Yogo, Zoo, Vincent Okello, Mathare United, Dick Francis Onywera, Kariobangi Sharks, Emmanuel Geno, Sony Sugar,
There we go. Team manager nominees are there. We're about to find out the runners-up and the second runner-up, and then ultimately the winner. The winner is in red. Jacobs, go ahead. Give us second and third.
Thank you. So tonight we're surrounded by amazing and promising talent, something that everybody, I think, in here takes a lot of pride and happiness in. However, your nominees for Team Manager of the Year are as follows. Second runner-up, Yogo Lazarus. First runner-up, Mr. Christopher Ouma. But the winner is Vincent Okello.
Oh, how about that? Vincent Okello recently organized for his team to get new sponsorship. They will be looking towards next season. They have slowly improved, and he has been the man behind the scenes. Congratulations to Vincent Okello. As he takes pictures for his award, we move on to the next one, Fair Play Club of 2018. It's a feisty game, this one, that we play football. What a game, and an opportunity now to appreciate the players that even under pressure, the clubs that even under pressure ensure that players are respectful and are fair. So, this category will be presented by Murila, a legend of the game. And as he comes up, ladies and gentlemen, your nominees.
Fair Play Club of the Year nominees are Gor Mahia FC, Kariobangi Sharks FC, Sofapaka FC,
All right, quick change there, Mudomi. I'll ask Mudomi to come up and present this particular award. That is the CEO of FKF, Robert Mudomi. Very passionate about the game, and here's an opportunity to tell us just which club was second runner-up, first and winner in terms of fair play.
The second runners-up, Fair Play Club of the Year, Kariobangi Sharks Football Club. First runners-up, Fair Play Club of the Year, Sofapaka Football Club. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Fair Play Club of the Year, Gor Mahia Football Club.
Congratulations to Gor Mahia, a team that not only won the title, not only scored the most goals of the season, 53 last year, they improved greatly to about 71 thereabouts this year. They have been very, very clinical in front of goal, not just on the local scene, but also on the continental scene. They have also been extremely fair as a club on that pitch. Mudomi, I'll ask you to stay right there, because since you've started with the fair play, and you've been pretty fair in your play regarding the criticism that comes from the fourth estate, including myself, when it comes to your work, why don't we let you deal with the Fair Play Player of the Year? Ladies and gentlemen, your nominees.
Fair Play Player of the Year award nominees are Dennis Ombeva Boge, Vihiga United, Eric Kapaito Mogi, Kariobangi Sharks, Feli Mulumba, Bandari, Michael Idovolo Madoya, Zoo, Piston Vunyoli Mutamba, Sofapaka.
All right, so from Fair Play Club of the Year to Fair Play Player of the Year. Mudomi, you know the drill. Go ahead.
I think it's my 6th time on this stage at the KPL Awards. So, Fair Play Player of the Year, our second runners-up, Mulumba Feli, Bandari FC. Our first runners-up, Fair Play Player of the Year, Mugi Eric Kapaito, Kariobangi Sharks. And our winner, Fair Play Player of the Year, Madoya Michael Idovolo, Zoo FC.
Great season for Madoya. I've seen Tuyisenge give Feli Mulumba there a shake. Congratulations, you made it into the nominees. Feli, met him all over this continent. Last time I saw him, we were at Mbabane Swallows, and he came back to the SportPesa Premier League, and what a way. But this man right there receiving his award, no one will argue with how good he's been and how fair he has been this season. And now it's time to call the president of the federation, who was up here giving a speech a bit earlier on, Nick Mwendwa, to present the next one. And just before he comes up, I want to tell you which award it is. We've seen a new face in the federation in terms of Nick Mwendwa, team change. And each season, we see a young player come up, a new player come up and dazzle us. Your nominees for the New Player of the Year.
New Player of the Year award nominees are Amos Kigadi, Vihiga United; Dennis Ombeva Boge, Vihiga United; Eric Kapaito Mugi, Kariobangi Sharks; Marvin Omondi Nabwire, AFC Leopards; Piston Vunyoli Mutamba, Sofa Parker;
All right, so new face, new challenges, new player, new successes, new achievements, and it is the relatively new president of the federation who tells us who walks away with this key award, starting off with the runners-up and the second runners-up.
It's a real team change. Second runners-up, Mutamba Piston Vunyoli Sofapaka FC. First runners-up, Nabwire Marvin Omondi, FC Leopards. And winner, Mugi Eric Kapaito, Kariobangi Sharks. Said it's a real team change.
Congratulations to the winner of this New Player of the Year. How about that? As the president says, it is a real team change. A round of applause one more time for a man who has just stunned and mesmerized us through 2018. And now, thank you, Mr. President. And now it is time to turn our attention to the midfielder of the year. Here's the funny thing. Midfielders are pretty much the engine room of every single team. If you win the battle in midfield, so they say, including coaches like Jacob Gosmule, he was here in the crowd, former coach of Harambee Stars, former coach of Tusker, winner, in essence, one of the best coaches we've had. He keeps telling me, drills this home, win the battle in midfield and you win the game. It's not as easy as it is done as it is said. So, as diverse as they are, we want the person who will award them to also be a diverse person. He's diverse as in he's a good man, Tanzanian, working in Kenya, fantastic man. I've worked under him, very brilliant, and it is that brilliance that is going to award the brilliance on the pitch in the midfielder of the year. Kelvin Tsiwa will be coming up, and as he does that to award midfielder of the year, we take a look at the nominees.
Midfielder of the Year nominees are Cliff Nyakea, Mathare United; Elvis Nandwa, Ulinzi Stars; Marvin Omondi Nabwire, AFC Leopards; Michael Madoya, Zoo; Waivon Isuza, AFC Leopards;
We've seen some fantastic midfielders throughout the season, not just in the local league, but some of them going into the national team and performing, and also on the continental stage. All right, Kelvin, talk us through the second runner-up, the runners-up, and of course, ultimately the one in red, the winner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Second runners-up, Madoya Michael from Zoo. First runners-up, Nandwa Elvis, Ulinzi Stars. And the winner, Nyakea Cliff, Mathare United.
Another award for Mathare United. Congratulations once again. What a brilliant performance they've had. This is why I said at the beginning that Mathare United is one of those teams that you'll have to keep an eye on. You know what? We want to hear from the winner this time. No, Siente. Come. You've performed so well on the pitch. Might as well find out your sentiments on receiving this award. All right, Karibu.
Good evening. I'm in a very unusual situation that I'm not used to. But anyway, first of all, I want to give thanks to the Almighty Father for the gift of life and for the talent that He gave me. Secondly, to my parents for raising me up. Thirdly, to my second family. I can't mention all of them, but at least let me mention a few. That is Crispin Omondi. When I was in Gala Youth, I was about to give up from football so that I can maybe go and study. But he came to my rescue because I had no place to stay in Nairobi. Gala Youth by then wasn't paying, so I was really struggling. He took me as his son. Remember that Ramakisi is a Luo, but he raised me, and now here I am. So, as the CEO of SportPesa said earlier, that if we win these awards, we take them as stepping stones. To me, it's very true. It's a stepping stone to me. Thank you, and God bless you.
Brilliant statement right there. It is a stepping stone to where some of the biggest leagues in the world. What, you think I'm joking? It's possible. Who played against Barcelona and scored? Victor Wanyama, where did he play? In this very league. Olunga, we've seen him go to Spain and dominate. He's been a force to reckon with. Girona scored a hat-trick, one of the first in history for Girona. So you can play against the big boys of the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. This league produces talent good enough. So, speaking of La Liga, why don't we bring Oliver Dodd to give out the next award, which happens to be the Defender of the Year.
Defender of the Year nominees are Feli Mulumba, Bandari; Haron Shakava, Gor Mahia; Joash Onyango, Gor Mahia; Oliver Ruto, Ulinzi Stars; Titus Achesa, Poster Rangers;
Some of the names on that list, the nominees, so much talent, so much to look forward to, and only one winner. Well, Oliver Dodd, you can tell us the runners-up, second runners-up, and you can tell us the winner in Swahili if you can.
So the second runner-up is Ruto Oliver. The first runner-up is Achesa Titus. And apologies, I'm going to be saying this in English, maybe next year in Swahili. The winner is Mulumba Feli.
How about that? Feli Mulumba didn't win that award for fair play, but he was nominated top 3 and now wins this. He has been a fantastic person wherever he's played, whichever league and for whichever team. Mulumba, as he takes one quick picture, we'd like to hear from him. Juu kudefend ni kazi tofauti, zaidi nataka attack by giving us a quick speech. Feli? Amazing award, umefanya job, struggle, you finally got it. Your feelings right now.
Please, I can speak in my language, French. Okay. Bonsoir à tous. En tout cas, aujourd'hui, j'ai beaucoup de joie parce que depuis 2012, quand j'étais en Sofapaka, j'étais toujours le troisième. En 2014, j'étais encore le troisième. Maintenant, aujourd'hui, avec la force de Dieu, je suis maintenant premier. En tout cas, j'ai beaucoup de joie dans mon cœur. Je remercie toute la fédération ici au Kenya, FKF, KPL, les dirigeants, mon équipe Bandari, les journalistes, des fanatiques, des journalistes. En tout cas, je vous dis merci, même les capitaines, même les coachs, parce qu'aujourd'hui, je suis le champion et j'ai mon trophée dans mes mains. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Feli Mulumba. Au revoir. It's pretty much the only thing I know in French, but hey, we all learned something. He's a defender who's protected the goalkeeper. And now we turn our attention to the keepers who are the last line of defense. Speaking of defense, it's very fair that we should call the next person to award the Golden Glove of 2018 to the winner. Has to be a man who understands what it is to defend. And that's why we're going to allow Lieutenant Colonel Eric Olo to come up to award the Golden Glove. It was straightforward, wasn't it? But let's just take a look at some of the best performances.
Golden Glove Award nominees are Ezekiel Owade, AFC Leopards; Farouk Shikalo, Bandari; Kelvin Omondi, Sony Sugar; Matthias Kigonya, Sofapaka; Patrick Matasi, Tusker;
All right, Lieutenant Colonel, safe pair of hands. That envelope is the safest pair of hands in your hands as I have ever seen. We have some of the best goalkeepers. We've seen some of them actually go to the national team and perform. But who was the most impressive in the SportPesa Premier League according to the 2018 votes?
Golden Glove of the Year Award. Second runners-up, Omondi Kelvin Sonisuga. First runners-up, Matasi Patrick Tusker. And the winner is Farouk Shikalo Bandari.
Farouk walks away with the safest pair of hands. How about that? I saw some heads go to their hands go to their heads in terms of Matasi. Matasi has been fantastic, including on the national team. But it has to be said that Farouk was the best performer in 2018. The safest pair of hands. Congratulations once again. Farouk, there's no way you're walking away without saying something. Hakuna njia. So goalkeepers are used to shouting at their defenders and in essence the entire team whenever they're on the pitch and trying to organize the team ahead of them in order to keep those clean sheets. So you've done very well this season. It's been tough. But what are your thoughts on your performance and how much has it been down to your coaches and your practice, and how much credit should we also give to the defenders in front of you?
First of all, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to dedicate this award to my lovely mom and my second family, Bandari FC. These guys have supported me to the maximum, and that's why I dedicate this award to them. Shiko has been asking me about the defender. My defenders have done a very great job. And thanks to my captain a lot, Feli Mulumba, who has encouraged me throughout the season. Not forgetting my management, my CEO, Boss Musa, and my chairman. Thank you guys. Thank you guys a lot.
Congratulations to Farouk. Thank you very much for your time. With that Golden Glove award comes a check of 500,000 Kenyan shillings. Tumia hiyo pesa kununua gloves zingine so you have a better performance. All right, so now we move on to the Golden Boot Awards. This is just a golden boy who found the back of the net time and again. Brilliant this season. It was an interesting race, by the way, down to the wire, but we have the winner. We also have those who came very close. And since it's the Golden Boot, with it comes a golden paycheck. And to award this Golden Boot Award is the CEO of SportPesa. I know, right? The irony, the money. Your nominees, though.
Golden Boot Award nominees are Elvis Rupia Baranga, Nzoia Sugar; Eric Kapaito Mugi, Kariobangi Sharks; Jacques Tuyisenge, Gor Mahia.
I'd love to have some suspense, but we already know, don't we? But still, we had to appreciate those who came ever so close. So, second runners-up, and ultimately the Golden Boot Player of the Year, Captain.
Thank you. Golden Boot Award, second runners-up, Jacques Tuyisenge from Gor Mahia. First runners-up, Baranga Elvis Rupia from Nzoia Sugar. And the winner, of course, Mugi Eric Kapiato from Kariobangi Sharks.
He has been sensational for Kariobangi Sharks. I'm talking about scoring those goals, not just in the league, and I love that, saying hi to his competitor for the day, Golden Boy of Gor Mahia, Jacques Tuyisenge. But Kapaito has been fantastic, and it is a well-deserved Golden Boot. He's been good in the league, and also in front of goal when it came to the cup competition, the SportPesa Shield, victorious, and they will be representing this country on the continental stage. So, congratulations to Kapaito, who not only walks away with that Golden Boot trophy, but also with a check of 500,000 shillings. So that handshake from the captain of, the CEO of SportPesa, Captain Karauri, was worth 500,000 Kenya shillings. Now, he can score the goals, but can he talk to us? Kapaito, Feli was here. French, Kimasai, ukitaka, English, Swahili. My friend, this is your moment. Congratulations.
Okay, good evening. Okay, I just first want to appreciate the Almighty God for this great chance He has brought me, and I do appreciate everything, His blessing and protection. Secondly, I want to appreciate Kariobangi Sharks family, the management, the technical bench, my team, my teammates, and the fans. Thank you, guys. Lastly, I want to dedicate this award to my family, my dad, my mom, and my brothers, and to my lovely girlfriend, Nancy. Thank you for everything you did for me. You've done a lot. You've helped me, like, every day you are with me, and I do appreciate a lot. Thank you.
Oh, isn't that something? Kapaito says to my lovely girlfriend, na naona watu wanaangalia chini, don't worry, we won't ask you to come up here and give that speech, but well-deserved Golden Boot. And now we move to the man who prepare these teams, the men who decide on the tactical play, decide who's technically apt to deal in their team or be in that team, struggle with the starting 11, get a lot of criticism when things go wrong, and also fail to get the praise when things go right. I'm talking about the coaches, and we find out the Coach of the Year, delicate category, but the Coach of the Year 2018 will be named, and Jack Oguda, the boss of the KPL, will be coming up. As he does, well, we give you the nominees.
Coach of the Year nominees are Bernard Mwalala, Bandari; Danstan Nyaudo, Ulinzi Stars; Dylan Kerr, Gor Mahia; John Baraza, Sofapaka; Robert Matano, Tusker;
Why don't we find out who the Coach of the Year is? You've seen that list. Who would you have chosen? That's a big question. Who would you have voted for at home? Well, you can share your thoughts via social media. Just chat with us. We're also streaming live. We're also on TV, national TV. Jack Oguda, this is a moment that a lot of people have been waiting for. Fantastic coaches, but who wins and who are the runners-up?
Good evening, everyone. The 2018 SportPesa Premier League Award, Coach of the Year, second runners-up, Baraza John of Sofapaka. First runners-up, Nyaudo Danstan, Ulinzi Stars. And our winner is Kerr Dylan of Gor Mahia.
Dylan Kerr was, of course, the winner of this one. Gor Mahia have had a fantastic season. He is not here, so he will be represented. But Gor Mahia, a round of applause for this team that has not only shown right here at home, but also showed the continent just how good we can be and how much we are growing as a league and in terms of football in this particular one. Thank you to Jack Oguda. So Gor Mahia's head coach, Kerr, is the man who walks away with the Coach of the Year. And now we get a chance for the Chairman's Award. And we'll call the Chairman of the KPL to step up. But before that, all right, there we go. Mr. Chairman, your award.
A recipient of the Chairman's Award is a man of many accolades and a football enthusiast and a fitness freak. He is young at heart, but has several children and grandchildren who are known. He has attended numerous professional development courses as a referee, as an instructor, and a football administrator, all of which has enabled him to serve the football fraternity in those capacities with great success. He rose to be a CAF and FIFA referee and a technical advisor on many matters football. An honest, yet controversial man. A man of high integrity and a stickler to the rules. He is loved and hated in equal measure in the football world. He currently heads the technical and safety security docket in the SportPesa Premier League, serves as a member of the Sports Dispute Tribunal and the Secretary of Kenya Referees Association. This is none other than Gilbert Mua Titus Otieno, otherwise known as GMT.
What an introduction there from the chairman of the Kenya Premier League. GMT has been at it for years and years, gone through some tough times, but soldiered on. And remind me to ask the chairman to read a speech on my wedding day. If you're going to introduce me like that, probably will be staying married. GMT, another round of applause for a man who's worked so hard for this league. Congratulations to GMT as he takes those pictures. Well-deserved award, the Chairman's Award to GMT. We now turn our attention to the key award of the night. But before then, I'm going to do a quick impromptu speech from Kelvin Twiza. He'll come up here. Now, I'll tell you why he's coming up here. We've been hearing about what's going to happen on the 2nd through to the 10th. Everton are going to be paid a visit by the team that won the SportPesa Super Cup, that is Gor Mahia. We have an opportunity now to just hear a bit about that trip and how much of an impact it's been having those big teams coming here to play with our big teams. Kelvin?
I didn't see this coming. But at SportPesa, we're very passionate about football. And our journey to Goodison started earlier in the year with the challenge between Gor and AFC. And later on, we continued with hosting the Super Cup, SportPesa Super Cup, where the winner won the ticket to go play at Goodison Park. This is a historical moment, not only for Kenya, but for the whole region, East Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. It's the first time where a team from this part of the world will be able to represent football in English soil. We are very proud of football in Kenya. We are very proud of our team, Gor Mahia. We are very proud of all other teams from Tanzania who also participated in this tournament. As we build up to making this historic moment, we at SportPesa will continue to support football. We'll continue creating moments in history. We'll continue creating opportunities for young people in Kenya and beyond to be able to go beyond the borders of Africa and represent us in the greatest stages in the world of football. 2020 vision is a reality. We believe 2022 is a reality. We believe in that. We'll continue supporting football. And we rally all Kenyans, all East Africans to be engaged on your television. We'll be live on multiple TV stations as well as online platforms. For those who are anywhere else in the world, for those who are in the UK, we ask you to come to Goodison, 1900 hours. We will have the game. It's only £1 for children and £5 for adults. You can never have this experience of attending an English Premier League first-class team playing where you pay that kind of money. The jerseys, the tickets themselves are normally going for not less than £50. So it's once in a lifetime experience, and this money will be given to charity, but the history will always remain in our hearts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kelvin. We will be keeping an eye on that particular game. First Kenyan club to go play on English soil against an English team. We've already seen the national team do it, but now history is about to be made again, courtesy of SportPesa. Thank you very much for that. And now it is time for the big award of the night. They have dazzled us. So the only way we can honor this one player who's been the standout player of 2018 is by making sure two of the biggest names actually award him. So it'll be a joint awarding by CEO of SportPesa, Karori Ronald, and of course the FKF chairman, Nick Mwendwa. As they come up, we give you what you've been waiting for, the nominees on the most valuable player, the player of the year 2018.
Most valuable player of the year nominees are Cliff Nyakea, Mathare United; Farouk Shikalo, Bandari; Eric Kapaito Mogi, Kariobangi Sharks; Feli Mulumba, Bandari; Michael Idovolo Madoya, Zoo;
Shikalo. We have seen those names there. It just leaves me absolutely unable to pick one. But luckily, that wasn't my job. It wasn't your job. The coaches decided, and we get to find out who the winner is, the most valuable player of 2018. We are waiting for it. Gentlemen, the runners-up and second runners-up. Actually, you're right. So there we go. No need for that.
So ladies and gentlemen, Most Valuable Player of the Year.
And the winner is Mugi Eric Kapaito, Kariobangi Sharks.
Kapaito has been awarded. What a season he's had. He is speechless. And as he comes down, we must give him yet another round of applause. Better believe it, my brother. You better believe it. What a performance. What a season. And what an award. Such an emotional moment, such an emotional moment. And it is fitting that he is joined by his lovely partner. When your star is shining this bright, hauwezi cheza chini ya maji. He has been fantastic both home and away, but by away I mean away on the pitch in the SportPesa Premier League. What a fantastic reward for a fantastic player. Congratulations to Kapaito once again. And he not only walks away with that trophy, not only walks away with the title of the most valuable player in 2018, but he also gets the big paycheck, 1 million Kenya shillings for Eric Kapaito. Congratulations. What a moment. There we go, the winner, the best player of the season for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of this award ceremony. Thank you for watching us live. The conversation can continue on social media. You can share your thoughts on what's been decided here today, and we'll leave you with this smiles of this particular man, the most valuable player of 2018. But what a season we've had, and everyone who's taken part in it, we congratulate them. From us, until next season, which starts this year, it's bye-bye and see you then. In terms of the winners on the night, but just one final word from Kapaito on what has been a brilliant season for him. Your thoughts? I mean, this is a moment. This is your moment.
God.
Sorry, technical issue. President of FKF has said we can wait, and if these guys can wait, I think we can wait because this is his moment. We must give him one more round of applause. I know right now it's almost overwhelming. It's overwhelming. All right, I know it's overwhelming, and I'll give you a chance to breathe just now for a second, but because we are going inside for dinner, kabla kule ataongea, because now we're just dealing with a bit of a technical issue. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time, and I think now we can just, okay, now I think we're up,
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear from Kapaito in just a second, but first we can walk on, have a bite. Thank you very much for your time. You all look dazzling. Enjoy your meal and enjoy the upcoming season.